Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're talking about Ridge Racer Revolution, which is the sequel to the original Ridge Racer on the PlayStation 1 and arcade, and it was released by Namco in 1996. Now, this is back before the series started taking itself a little more seriously, and was more of an arcade-style racer, which, in my opinion, was when Ridge Racer was also the most fun. To begin with, as far as car selection goes, there are only 4 selectable cars at the start, but there are 8 more that can be unlocked by completing the Galaga 88 game at the loading screen. It can take some practice to get it done, but once you do, all the cars are at your disposal. You've got a total of 5 tracks to choose from: Novice, Intermediate, and Expert, and also the 2 original tracks from the first Ridge Racer that can be played over link mode with 2 players. The thing is though, the main tracks are all kind of the same track, just with different areas opened up on each one. It's not like in Daytona USA where all 3 tracks are completely different, but at least the main track by itself is still really fun to drive.
Come on, get going!
The link mode in the game uses 2 consoles and copies of the game with a link cable in order to basically simulate how multiple linked arcade machines would work, and was pretty cool, as unlikely as it may be that you have a friend who wants to bring over a TV, PlayStation, and his or her copy of the game. The graphics in Ridge Racer Revolution are awesome, and I think they still look pretty good even today. They're very bright and colorful, and everything on screen moves fluidly. The time of day changes are really cool too. You'll notice when driving some of the courses that the time of day will change while you're driving, which looks really neat and is definitely a cool effect. There's not a lot of pop-in and the texturing all looks really nice, and I appreciate the small touches like the billboards on the highway, the helicopters, and the palm trees that sail past you on your way through the beach. The announcer can get a bit tiring as well. If you play this game for any real amount of time, I guarantee that at some point you'll catch yourself yelling at the screen while telling him to shut the hell up, especially when he says stuff like, "Haha, you're too slow," over and over again. That's not to say though that the sound quality in Ridge Racer is bad. Quite the opposite actually. The audio quality is great, and aside from the music and announcer, the rest of the game sounds wonderful. The controls are the part of the game that'll take some time to get used to. Most of the cars handle like they have magnets in the tires that suck them into the guardrails. Turning can be really sensitive, and it can be frustrating for the first few races until you get the hang of it. You also can't really ever let off the accelerator. If you do, you'll end up spinning out right as you try to reapply it while coming out of a turn. Your best bet is just to brake while holding down the accelerate button to help make those tough turns. The collision detection in the game can be hard to deal with at times. Sometimes it does feel like there's this big clear box around your car that you can't see, and a lot of the time you'll wonder why you even took a hit when it looked like you were about a foot away from the railing. Oh, and you can play mirrored versions of all the tracks. To do this, as soon as you start the race, turn around. Once you do that, drive head-on into the wall in front of you and you should go right through it. Once you do, you'll be playing the mirrored version of that track.
3 laps to go.
I really like Ridge Racer Revolution. It's a fun arcade-style racer with lots of replay value, and I can honestly say it's one of my favorite racing games on the original PlayStation.